What's up, SoutShallRise? With a long overdue video. Well, I'll let y'all know what was going on with me. I took a break. I was like, I'll take a little break from YouTube. And in the process of that break, I got a little too comfortable. I let too much time pass. I was like, well, this is a long break, longer than I expected. But in the middle of that break, things was going on. A lot of ripping and running, working, raising kid. You know what I'm going through, y'all, if you follow my page. And let me say welcome to the new subscribers that have joined. Normally, I upload videos on a regular basis, and I'm going to get back to doing that. I was putting up like at least 3 videos a week. But now that the PS4 is here, I plan to get back on pace. It took me a little while to get it set up. I had to get some more accessories to be able to record PS4 footage at this point. I was hoping that it would work out of the box, even though I saw reports that it wouldn't. Sony blocked game capture. They made it a little more difficult for me, so I had to find some loopholes, and here I am. Anyway, I want to give y'all a little insight on what I think about the system so far. As if you haven't already seen it already, a lot of YouTubers already beat me to the punch as usual, but this is my opinion on the system. People follow me. Maybe y'all want to hear what I think about things. First of all, the system, of course, doesn't have any killer games that you have to have at this point. Now, out the box, you got a couple nice free games, but nothing spectacular. I really like Resogun, but it's only like 5 levels long. Me and my boy FLP played co-op mode and did pretty good on it. It's a fun game. I think that's the game I played the most since I had the PS4. A little free to play for PS Plus members, and I'll talk about that later. A free to play little space shooter game. Now I'll probably throw in some footage shortly of that game in progress. If not, just know that it's got a unique look, and I like the way it looks. You also get Warframe for free. That's a free to play shooter slash hack and slash game. It's on PC already. You can see footage of it if you want to check it out. But that game, for a free game, is better than I thought it would be. It looked good. It played decent. But it's pretty repetitive. You just shoot and slash your sword and then get to the end of a level. And that's pretty much it for that game. But it's free. And you don't have to have PS Plus membership to play that. And they got a couple more free games that I ain't even tried yet. Like a game called Contrast. And some other shooter game that's free to play for PS Plus members. The only game that's totally free, I think, is the Warframe. You don't have to be on PS Plus to play that. So yeah, and I rented Killzone, as you see here, which graphically looks, for me, it's a mixed bag. I mean, the opening stage is where they really try to blow you away. It's set in the outside in the forest, but once you get past that section, it's like typical Killzone. I'm in metallic, dark stages, and the old stages actually didn't look too much better than a PS3 game to me, to tell the truth. And I never been a big Killzone fan, but I rented it to check it out, and it's okay. I'm glad I didn't buy it, pretty much. Now, Call of Duty, I still ain't touched the single player campaign, but multiplayer is a huge difference compared to the PS3 version. You can tell that they developed it probably for these new consoles and then downgraded it for the PS3 and 360 versions. Totally different graphics. Way better lighting, way better resolution. The 1080p, it just looks amazing to me. I mean, you got some PC people who say, hey, we've been having those graphics for years now. Y'all just don't know what y'all been missing. And to that I say, shut the fuck up. Fuck your PC. I like playing on the console. I don't have to worry about upgrading. It's convenient. I'm a console gamer. And hey, this is new to me. And I like it. Call of Duty looks great on the PS4. The controller, I'm trying to get used to, because now it's comfortable. It's comfortable in my hands, but I really was a fan of the old DualShock 3 and 2 and 1. I feel like they could have kept the exact same design and just all they needed to change was the trigger buttons, which they did on the DualShock 4. The triggers are way better. But I find myself trying to get used to playing in this new controller setup because now that the triggers are so good, like in a game like Call of Duty, on PlayStation, we always had L1 to aim and R1 to shoot. Now they moved it to more like an Xbox setup where L2 aims and R2 shoots, which is it's not bad. It feels good. It's just that I'm not used to it, and I'm trying to adjust. Now the sticks, the analog sticks, they do feel better. I mean, they're not as loose and out of control as the old DualShock, but I don't know how I feel about the indentions. Your thumb fits nicely in them, but I was more comfortable with the old analog sticks that they had a rounded top. Now, a lot of people hated that. A lot of people just hated the DualShock 3, the old ones. Now, understand that that's all we've used with PlayStation for 15 years now, over 15 years. The only major change that they ever made in the PlayStation controller was when they added analog sticks and vibrations to the very first DualShock. Ever since then, the controllers have been pretty much the same. So, of course, it's going to take a little getting used to. Now, out of the box, the console is packed. Real easy to access. It's not a lot of styrofoam. It's just you open the box, you lift it. You just lift the box open from the side, and the PlayStation is right there, and your accessories are right there. I like that. I always hated having to dig in a box and everything was packed in a certain way to where you couldn't repack it without being some kind of genius. It's real easy to get to. You hook it up right away. All you need is the HDMI cable, which is included, and the power cable, and you're ready to go. Now, out of the box and connecting it, it was like the first night PSN was down for maintenance, but I didn't have an issue downloading the necessary update. You gotta install an update as soon as you boot up, and that took about 15 minutes. Some people reported having issues with their consoles not working and things like that. I didn't have that problem, and I was on there and playing in about 30 minutes after I set in all my account setups and linked it to my Facebook and decided how much information I wanted to share. Like, you can select if you want to share your real name or your profile picture and all that. So you got a lot of options as far as privacy. Now, one real interesting feature about the system, did I forget to mention how small it is? It's a lot smaller than I expected it to be. It's a little smaller than not the latest PS3. You know, the first slim PS3? It's a little smaller than the first slim model. Now they have the super slim model out, and I don't think it's that small, but it's pretty small, and it's not bulky at all. I feel like I'm predicting that these consoles won't have a yellow light of death or something like that going on, because I look back on things. Now, when I had a lot of failures after the PS1, I had 2 PS2s fail on me, fat PS2s, and I had like 2 or 3 fat PS3, 2 fat PS3s fail on me. It was 2, not 3, now that I think about it. And, it was inconvenient, but once I got the slim models of both of those, they never failed. I still have my PS2 Slim, and I still have the PS3 Slim, and they work with no problems. Now, let's remember what was going on at the time. And this is not to make an excuse for Sony at all, but when the first PS2 hit, if you remember that, some of y'all might not remember, DVD was new technology. Remember that? DVD was just coming out. It wasn't mainstream. And the PS2 was the first system that had a DVD player in it. It kind of eased people into DVD. Now, the technology was new. So, of course, DVD readers probably wasn't the best back then. And now that I think about it, the disc read era. It was on PS2, you had the disc read era. Your lens would go bad. But once DVD became more mainstream, They rebuilt the PS2 with that slim model, and there you go. You had a reliable console. Same thing with PS3. Blu-ray was new. PS3 launched with the first Blu-ray players. They hadn't been tested for the readers hadn't been tested for longevity. So, what do you think happened? We had the failure rates. We had the overheating issues. Now, I'm not sure if that was due to Blu-ray or just games overheating the system, but when you think about it like that, it's like maybe they failed so much because they were introducing new, styles of media, DVD and Blu-ray. Now, with the PS4, Blu-ray is established. We have good Blu-ray players. I'm thinking that this console should be pretty reliable. All the kinks have been pretty much worked out of Blu-ray players. They're still on Blu-ray. They're not launching some new technology. Now, that's not to say that if you try to put, that now they're coming out with 4K resolution. Some people might try to use 4K Blu-rays on the PS4, and that might cause some issues. You never know. But I'm feeling pretty confident that the system won't have significant issues with reliability. I hope that holds true, and we don't have a lot of pissed off people down the line. Now, the user interface is pretty slick, it's speedy, and at this point it's pretty empty. You can't do certain things. You can't customize your wallpaper. You can't really change things around a lot at this point. Now, I'm interested to see what they patch into it in the future. You can't even play music CDs or MP3s at this point. But people are complaining about that, and I'm sure they'll patch something in. They want you to sign up for their Music Unlimited service and bump that. I'm not trying to hear that. I don't want to sign up for that. You're wasting your time, Sony. But in the box, you do get a free month. I thought it was going to be a 2-week subscription for free. I saw that online somewhere, but you actually get a free 30-day subscription to PS Plus. You get a code that you redeem on PS Store. You get another code for a month of Music Unlimited. I didn't even bother with that. And you also get a $10 voucher for the PS Store. Now, in my excitement to get the system hooked up and running, I didn't notice that until the next day. I didn't even look at these free offers until the next day. And I did the PS3 to PS4 transition for $10, the upgrade. And I actually paid my own money for the upgrade, $10. Now, if I would have looked at this voucher code, I actually could have got the Call of Duty upgrade for no cost. I could have redeemed my code and did the upgrade from PS3 to PS4 with the voucher that they gave me. So I felt like a dumbass for not looking inside the box and noticing that. But hey, I was a little excited. I was ready to get on and play and compare. So, what do I feel about the system overall? I definitely like it. I mean, even at this point with the launch, I feel like I got a good system in my hands. And I know that within the next couple of months, once the big titles start hitting, that I will be just even more impressed with what this system can do. Because for a launch game, Killzone just looks pretty good. And in some points, it looks breathtaking, But I just got to remind myself that that's only a launch game, That's not even it's not even into the console life cycle at all. And we got a game that looks that good. The developers are commenting on how powerful the system is and how much easier it is to work with than the PS3 was. So I can only imagine what they're going to be able to get out of this thing. They released the news that the new Uncharted is going to hit. And Naughty Dog, they're going to do it big. I mean, y'all seen the footage of Infamous Second Son, which is a series that I don't play. I'm not into Infamous. But the game looks almost like a movie. Check that out. It's amazing. And that's still an early game. That's coming out in the spring. That's not even a year into the system's life. So, I don't know, man. PC people complain, or not complain. They always want to put down the console gamers and say, well, We left that behind years ago. Hey, maybe y'all did, but I don't recall seeing games that look this good. I mean, I never saw video games personally that look as sharp and detailed as the PS4 is producing. It's funny to say this, but it's almost too sharp sometimes. It's like, wow, it's like it's not, I don't know if it's the sharpness or the lighting effects. It's like they're going crazy with the lighting effects. It's good, but it's like I'm finding myself having to blink like, wow, this is some bright light, tone it down. Cut the brightness down. Wow, I can't, I'm playing Call of Duty online and I'm like losing guys because the sunlight is so bright. It's funny, man, but hey, I'm definitely happy. Some of y'all out there still waiting for the PS4 or you wasn't able to get one. You got something good to look forward to. That's all I'm saying. I really feel like this is going to be a great system. This is going to be like a PS2. I feel like with the PS4 is going to get to the PS2 level of games. Like, you remember how good the PS2 era was? I mean, so many good games. Developers really pushed the PlayStation as the number one console. I think that's what's about to happen again. I think Sony is about to do it big. They learn from their mistakes. And I think the Xbox is going to take a back seat this generation. I've been checking out what's going on with the Kinect too. And it's just a little too overly complicated for my taste. The voice commands. I just can't sit in front of my TV and talk to my Xbox without people looking at me funny. I'm sorry. But he's got some cool ideas behind it. It's kind of interesting to be able to talk and turn your Xbox on, but I don't need that. I don't even have cable. I cancel my cable. I just use internet for my TV, and I don't need to talk to my cable box through my Xbox. So if you're into that thing, if you want to get an Xbox, that's fine. But I'm telling y'all, I think PlayStation is going to be the spot to be at this generation for a long time to come. And I don't see how they can improve the way the system looks. We usually get a fat model, then a slim model. This thing is slim enough. I mean, if they do it again, what would the next model look like? And not to say I like that. I always hated the redesign, because they take things out or they add things that you didn't get the first time around to make you buy a new version of the same console. I don't like that. I hope they don't do that this time. I hope with this design, they got a winning design right out the gate and they can focus on just making games, or they can improve what they need to improve through updates. I would recommend that you buy a bigger hard drive for the thing right out of the gate. That's what I plan to do until I had something come up and I had to spend the money I had set aside for it. But I mean, like Call of Duty, the digital version is 31 gigabytes by itself. So you automatically gonna be a PS Plus member if you plan to play online. And PS Plus gives you a lot of free games that you want to play. Your hard drive is not gonna last. I mean, just with the system updates and the few games I got installed, I got Warframe installed, Resogun, Call of Duty, and the Killzone data, which I'm gonna delete once I beat that and take it back. I'm down to about 368 gigs right now, I think, out of 500. Most of that is, I think most of it is taken up just by the system, the user interface out of the gate. That sucks. They say you get a 500 gigabyte hard drive, but right out of the gate, they're gonna take up about 100 gigs of that just to do what they need to do. But yeah, I would say put in a terabyte drive, man. Go ahead on and do it big, and get you a warranty. I'm still gonna put a warranty on this thing. I get my warranties through Amazon. This product called Square Trade warranties. They got an accident protection plan for about, the price changes a lot. You can catch it on sale sometimes, but right now I think it's about $50. Sony offers one too, but I think I'd rather get the Square Trade one, because Sony might find a way to skimp you out of the warranty. They might say, well, technically you didn't do it this way, so your warranty doesn't cover that. But with Square Trade, they pretty much just cover anything from what I see. Spills, drops, accidental damage. And with a kid in the house, a little rugrat, I definitely need some coverage. So just to drop a little plug for something that I think might be useful for y'all, check out Amazon.com and look up the Square Trade PS4 warranty. That's what I plan to do. Anyway, that's my opinions on the PS4. So now that I got all my systems set up, everything I need to record, I'm still gonna bring PS3 footage along with PS4 footage. And I'm gonna be back on top of things, man. I know I always say that. Yeah, lately I've been saying, man, this dude ain't coming back. He always say he gonna get back on top. But all I keep making is these damn NFL videos. I'm sick of this. But hey, man, you know, sometimes you just need to get away from it all. I wish I could get away from my regular job. That's what's really wearing me out, y'all. That's what's wearing me out. That Monday through Friday job, my main job. They've been killing me, but you gotta do what you gotta do. YouTube ain't paying the bills. YouTube is a hobby that I enjoy. And man, can y'all imagine Tekken? Oh, I almost forgot. Let me talk about the sharing feature, man. That's gonna be good. That makes me want to buy a PSI camera because you automatically link to Twitch. Everybody that has a PlayStation 4 is gonna have a Twitch account because everybody's gonna want to share their gameplay. Now, if you get any views in that's a different story, you know, because it's gonna be everybody doing it, you know. I guess if you play a unique game, it'll be easy to get views. But at this point, everybody's playing Killzone and Resogun. Everybody's playing the same few games, so everybody's broadcasting the same few games. But you just hit the little share button on your controller, and it just links up instantly. It's real easy, and with the camera, you can actually project your face as you play the game and interact. People can leave comments. It's really amazing, man. It blows me away. You know, I'm from the old school now. I'm from not the total old school like Atari, but I came right with the Nintendo. You know, the Nintendo was my first system, the NES, and you know, coming from that to what these systems do now, it's just always, sometimes I just sit back and think about it and reflect. You know, y'all young kids might not care. This is all y'all know. Y'all came up with the PS3. Go back and look at some of them old Nintendo games. Go back and look at a old Nintendo basketball game. Like what did they have on Nintendo? Like Double Dribble. I think they had Celtics versus Lakers for the NBA game or something like that. And compare that to NBA 2K14 on the PS3. And you'll understand why somebody my age I don't complain about graphics. Because I know what it used to be, you know? And yeah, this PS4 thing, it's got me pretty excited. And I think y'all should be too if you love video games like I love video games. And I can't wait to see Tekken running on this thing. The next Tekken. What is it going to be? Tekken 7? I don't know. I love Tekken Tag 2, man, though. I don't know how easy it would be for me to go back to like a solo player Tekken. Because Tekken Tag 2 is one of the best Tekken games I ever played. I love it. And I got to get back on it for y'all. Anyway, I've been talking enough about the PS4. I love the system. I recommend it. I think it's going to be better than the Xbox in the long run because the Xbox is doing a lot of things that somebody like me just doesn't care about. I'm one of them people that all I want to do is get on the system and mainly play games. The other little stuff it does is cool, like the Twitch and things like that. That's all game related. I don't need to watch TV on my system unless it's Netflix. I do like watching Netflix, but I don't want to watch my cable. I don't want to Skype. I don't want to do all that stuff that the Xbox is doing. But, you know, I'm not going to knock them yet until the systems really get out. But I'm predicting PS4 is going to really knock it out the park. All right. I'll catch y'all on the next video.